Ciao. Oh. Ok, già ho fatto un paio di prove, credo che voglio modificare un po' il testo, però volevo fare questa primissima prova anche di un recording. Già ho fatto un recording però mi è uscito male, e questo è il secondo recording. Noterai occhialetti da Tecnorave e dai, proviamoci, vediamo cosa succede. Se funzionasse. Oh. Scusa. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everybody is settled, and thank you for allowing us to make this presentation today. My name is Clement Bolliger, and I am the president of the majority of the Bolliger Group companies, including Bolliger Rome, Bolliger Milan, Bolliger Express, and Bolliger UK. I personally live in the UK at the moment, but I am representing Bolliger Italy, of course, for the purpose of this presentation. It is an honor for us to have the opportunity to present our company today, and I thank our colleagues for having taken the steps necessary to reach out to GlaxoSmithKline. The colleagues listening into this presentation are Ms. Ambra Mazzuzzi of our Business Development Department, Ms. Eleonora Tommasetti and Ms. Floriana Di Fatta of our Operations Department, whom I believe some of you may have already met, and Ms. Laura Luisetto of our Sales and Quoting Department. Having completed the introductions, I would like to move on to the body of the presentation. In this presentation, we shall be covering a general overview of Bolliger. Then we'll touch upon our geographical reach and the networks we have in place to service the global requirements of our clients. After that, I would like to mention a couple of selling points about our company, and finally we'll touch upon some of our clients whom we have the honor of serving. And naturally, at the end, my colleagues are very eager to speak to you and reply to any questions you may have. Okay. Is everybody on board? Let's begin with introducing the company and then our team. Bolliger is originally born in Rome, Italy, founded by my great-grandfather in 1909. This year we celebrate 111 years of operation in removals and relocation. Unlike most removal companies, we were actually founded as a removal company, in that most moving companies often start out as something else connected to the transport industry. Bolliger instead, since the start, was focused on moving its clients' goods overseas, originally servicing the Italian migrants moving to the New World, and then over the course of decades changing our focus to the corporate world. We've lived and thrived through 2 world wars, 2 pandemics, 3 recessions, and 4 generations of the Bolliger family. So overall, I think we can agree we've been very resilient. Over the course of the past 111 years, our family-oriented company has dedicated our attentions to the art form of international removals. And although not the scope of this presentation, we naturally provide relocation services where our clients require it. Although Bolliger enjoyed a presence in New York for over 40 years, Bolliger considers Europe to be its stronghold and its diving board to the world. We are delighted to boast thriving offices in Milan, Rome, London, Lugano, and Madrid. Touching briefly on our removals heritage, thanks to our investment in infrastructure, we are happy to command a formidable fleet of over 36 long-haul vehicles, so we can literally say that we are physically present in every corner of Europe every single day. But to be honest, I think our greatest flair is in the art of the intercontinental removal, which is a discipline we have been perfecting now for generations. The shipment of our client's most prized possession is our focus and indeed our passion on a company-wide level. And naturally, no presentation of a mover would be complete without at least a couple of images of some packing. And as you may be able to tell, the more complex the item is, the more we have fun. Now, although we make strength of a European foothold, Bolliger does not simply consider itself a European player. Rather, since its inception, Bolliger's focus has very much been on the global theatre. Indeed, my grandfather was one of the founding members of some of the major intercontinental associations of today's modern age, including FIDI and Omni. So for the next section of our presentation, with your consent, I would like to discuss the various networks we handpick our agents from, including FIDI, Omni, IM, and of course the ARC. First off, I would like to begin with FIDI, which my grandfather helped start. FIDI is a global alliance of quality certified international moving companies, and it boasts over 620 members, and it is the only association of removal companies that enforces a quality certification as a prerequisite to membership. Next, I would like to highlight another association that my grandfather helped start, which is Omni, which in effect is the Fortune 100 of the FIDI. It represents the top 100 companies in terms of size and performance of the FIDI association, and we are over the moon to enjoy its benefits. Moving on, no removals presentation would be complete without the mention of the International Association of Movers, which is by far the largest moving association globally, with over 2,000 members in 170 countries, and it encompasses some of the oldest companies in the mobility sector. And finally, I know this next association is not strictly a removals network, but I personally still believe it is an excellent resource for global mobility, and I still make use of this resource regularly. I'm talking about the worldwide ERC with over 7,000 members. It is without a doubt one of the powerhouses for the divulgation of innovation in the mobility sector, so if there's a new trend in the world of relocation, we will find out about it through the ERC. And of course, last but not least, our friends at SAP, Bolliger's trusted software partners, without whom no moving company would be complete. We are delighted to have developed this powerful tool, customized and built upon the SAP engine for the seamless management of our shipments. Having given you an overview of who we are and our resources, if I may, I would like to briefly discuss how we work and our style. And to do this, I would like to describe two particular aspects that distinguish us. Naturally, there are a lot of things that distinguish us, but for this presentation, I would like to mention two specifically. The first being the strength that we leverage from the worldwide associations that we're part of. And I think this particular topic merits a moment of reflection in that larger global contractors you may have worked with in the past, they have no choice but to work with their own offices. If, for instance, an office in Sao Paulo, for example, performs badly for GlaxoSmithKline, the larger contractors cannot do anything about it. Indeed, they are stuck with using that company over and over again, and thus performing badly for you over and over again. The best a large contractor company can offer you in that case is a promise to improve, but little else. While Bolliger, if our agents in any corner of the world, if they underperform, they are instantly removed from our supply chain. If we or you don't like what is happening in any of the locations we are operating in, we can improve overnight. And if you extend this process over decades, like Bolliger has been doing, you end up with the best of the best, and it's constantly evolving and improving. And the second aspect that I would like to bring to your kind attention is something that we go so very proud of, and that is our family-run business with family values, as opposed to the very standardized, the client is just a number kind of approach. You will receive from the larger contractors, to whom GlaxoSmithKline is just another customer. I cannot underline enough how GlaxoSmithKline is not just another customer to Bolliger and our team. Unlike with the faceless larger contractors you may have worked with in the past, to us, you're not just another sausage in the kitchen of a sausage factory. You're a client of a century-old family company with traditional values. And to your great advantage, we are absolutely local. We completely understand your culture, and we can and will do whatever it takes to make this a relationship you will not want to walk away from. And now, to conclude the scripted portion of the presentation, it is my absolute pleasure to present to you some of our favorite clients. Bollinger has the enormous honor to boast some client names that all Italians will recognize, such as Luxottica, Telecom Italia, Pirelli, Bulgari, Menarini, Moncler, Chiesi Farmaceutica, the Embassy of the United States, Fiat, the United Nations, Tecnogym, Banca Intesa, and Unicredit, but to name but a few. To give you an order of magnitude, Bollinger handles approximately 4,000 removals a year, of which 3/4 are corporate in nature. And our annual turnover for the group rotates just above the $20 million mark, which makes us most definitely the largest Italian-owned company in the mobility sector. Okay, at this point I think it has come time to conclude the scripted portion of the presentation. Thank you immensely for your kind attention and patience. You have been a wonderful audience. I shall pass the word on to our splendid colleagues for any questions you may have. Ta-da!